Hey guys, there's an interesting phenomenon that I've been talking about that's been happening in the real estate industry. Well, it's not really a phenomenon, it's something that is very much entrenched in the industry. With that is do very little and ask for a lot more money by way of property management fees, also and services related to property management, as well as selling fees and the like. But the interesting thing is, and I've been raising it on the Monday Evening Property Rants, is how a lot of the information is now being collected by separate entities to the property management teams that are based here in Australia. And as I've been talking to licensees in charge, senior property managers, they're all talking about the same thing, and that is outsourcing the work to companies that some of them may be local to do ingoing, outgoing inspections and other mandatory inspections required by the regulations around property management. But the most alarming thing is the outsourcing of the collection data, and that is when you make an application to occupy a rental property, the data that's been collected online is actually being processed by overseas companies. Now that is very alarming because you are providing financial information, you're providing personal information, and you're also giving, in a lot of the cases, you are giving photo ID to the companies that are asking you, or the property management companies that are asking for this information in order to assess whether or not you're eligible or you qualify to rent the property. Now, for some of you, it doesn't really matter, but for a lot, it should be worrisome, and it's going to be very troublesome in the future, because the management teams, the real estate officers, in my opinion, they've really lost that the security. A lot of offices have been hacked, and you've got very sensitive information that is out there. A lot of the companies that are being used are based in India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, also in the Philippines. Now, in some cases, they've been used companies over in Vietnam, but they're not as readily used as the others. Many companies are also using trust accounting companies abroad, which again is very, very, very alarming. This is something that the industry has been pushing for many years. I raised another industry with regards to another industry last year, and that was around mutual recognition, and here we are. And that was in relation to the legal fraternity, how they were pushing for legal recognition with India, because a lot of the documentation that is gathered here can be gathered online and can be collated abroad. And as a matter of fact, briefs and other legal documentation can also be processed abroad. And guess what? It's not that you're going to get the services any cheaper. You're still going to be paying a hell of a lot of money for it. It just means that the companies, and in this case, it was the first tier legal companies that were pushing for this when I broke the news last year. And again, here we are with mutual recognition with India. What other industries are going to be taken abroad is the next question that you should be asking yourself, and whether or not you are even participating in that. But going back to the real estate industry, which is a sector that I'm involved with, for myself and for many of my colleagues that we discuss things with on a weekly basis, the gathering of information and storing that information abroad is very, very concerning. It is very, very alarming, and it's a downhill run in terms of security, but it is a trend that is gaining more and more momentum because, as I said, officers have been charged a lot less. There's less participation by able bodies here in Australia, and guess what? You're paying a lot more, because you're not being charged any less. You're paying a lot more for a lot less security, a lot less integrity, and as I said, a lot less custody of the valuable information that you have, that you've entrusted property management teams and real estate officers with. So be warned, be careful, and make sure that your information that you've handed over to the real estate agencies is discarded or is stored appropriately. Otherwise, you could find yourself in a very precarious situation where the identity theft and other issues can arise from agencies and property management teams that are not storing your information properly. So again, be warned. All the best. Have a great day.